Hey guys, Kyle here at Landfight. This is Nick.
Hello.
Let's get started today. We are talking about a lot of stuff. First of all, sorry about missing last week, folks. I was down, I was sick, but we are back here today. We just had our tournament last night.
Yeah. Sorry, this is really funny.
What?
Because I just think it's funny because we have a different setup. You didn't mention it.
We do.
We have a new map.
Yeah, true. We have a Matt. Sorry, I was just excited to get on here.
Yeah, it's been a while. I really did miss last week. It sucked when you were out and sick, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather you get better than
True.
you know.
So we have a new Matt. That's one thing. We got to talk about what happened with the tournament last night.
Yes. The second prize card has been won by Kyle.
Yes.
Check out his deck profile on the channel. It was Zombie Control. How'd you like it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I actually I've enjoyed playing different decks, but this deck feels like home to me. Like I feel like I really connect with what it's doing.
Yeah. It's a very simplistic strategy, but a very effective one. I watched you out Maze Knight like it was nothing. That was really, really funny.
Maze Knight is nothing. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but small ones is really good.
Yeah. I had my own little counter for your deck because I kind of insight what you're playing. I tried Willow. It didn't really come up. I think I'm gonna go back to +9.
Yeah. I don't know. I think continuous removal is better against my deck.
Really? I didn't feel like I was losing the small ones. I feel like I was losing to your swarm potential, which makes me almost feel like no self-defense would be even better. Because when you put up that giant board and I make you put it all back in your hand, I mean that's where you don't want it to be.
Yeah.
You want it to be in your graveyard or in if it is in your hand, you want a way to get rid of it.
That's fair.
You're not always gonna have.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see how the next event goes because I'll be playing zombies again, most likely. Don't really see me doing anything else. At the moment, I'm very hyped about the zombie deck, and I enjoy the play style. There was different cards I was playing that weren't normally played in the meta. Small ones. Well, that was more of a deck tech, I guess.
That was the main part of the strategy.
Yeah. But something staple-wise that are new to the game, but new or old. Aurora came out in Majestic Comeback, and I was playing it, and honestly, no one's ever played that in here. Because at first it just didn't sound great, right? But now we're at a point in the game where the draw 2, discard 1's really good with Aurora, and I really like it. Another tech I was playing was Regaining. I really liked it. What's your opinion on Regaining?
I think it's overhyped. I think the idea is there. It punishes players for going too hard into total destruction. Let's take one of the players last night, Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
She was playing walls, and if she was playing for that, I mean, it kind of made you think all right, hey, look, I'm gonna out this board, but she's +5, which is very, very good. I mean, that's almost. That almost brings you right back into the game. I lost my whole board, but I destroyed 5 cards. So, what's really the downside?
Yeah, so I played Regaining against you, right? And you TD'd me.
I did.
I chained Regaining, I drew 5 cards, and it just kept me in the game.
Yeah, I felt it almost feels like if you don't kill at that moment, you lose.
Now, also I played against Mark. Mark had, this was before the tournament, he was testing with his mutant deck.
Yeah.
He played the nuclear landmine, right? So every time I summoned a creature, if I rolled a 1 or a 6, it would be destroyed. So I had a ton of creatures to summon, so I activated Regaining on my turn. And every time I lost a creature due to the 1 or 6 roll, I got to draw a card.
Yeah.
And that helped me a ton.
Yeah. Did you feel like you drawing was almost better? Did you feel like it was even, card advantage wise, or did you feel damn, I really did want this monster?
The only time I felt that was with Sable Siren.
That's fair. Not even Lord of Blood?
Well, I drew Revival off the draw, and then I just brought it back to my hand. And Revival's really good, and I've only ever seen it played in zombie decks, really. I feel like it has its place in a lot of decks, honestly. I could see it in other decks.
There's probably a lot of missed potential we're just not seeing.
Because it just lets you grab something back. I Revival Sable Siren, use Sable Siren again.
Yeah.
So I played Sable Siren, Tribute Lord of Blood, Revival, Sable Siren again. So that was really good. I got 2 searches off that, 2 boost cancelers off that.
Yeah.
Then I think that was like the only new text I was really throwing in. Is there anything new you did this week?
So I put elves again. I played it the way I originally intended to play it, which is like a grindy burn deck.
Yeah.
It did okay. I mean, I didn't really I feel like I didn't really lose any of my matchups.
Well, you went 2-1, right?
Yeah, I lost to you.
Yeah,
I mean,
second place. That's not bad.
to be fair though, Mark only did lose to me because he bricked both games. I mean, I don't know, because I had Cell Demise in hand and I had a pretty good graveyard set of both games. So I'm not sure Mark could have came back from that, but I mean, like, he puts up the threat.
Yeah.
I mean, when he summons the 4 Colonel Knight and the 4 Knight and team fights twice, I mean, that's game.
Team fight is good. I actually am considering throwing team fight into my deck because I get all the zombies up, but I have the small one, so like it feels almost counteractive.
It is counteractive,
but I don't know. Like, it's just fun. Right?
You gotta play one of the other.
I know. Okay, it don't work with me. Okay, I guess. But all right. But it's very fun. Like, team fight's a fun card. Like, you get that out and you're like, yes, all right, we're taking this home.
Yeah. Are you gonna be playing your prize card that you want?
Yeah, I already put it in my deck. The double draw. I put that in my deck. I also added 2 Ruins Defense to my deck. That'll be what I'm testing out next tournament.
Okay.
I think Ruins Defense has a really good spot in the meta. I just don't like it at 3 or 4 like I would with like Creature Cancel or Boost Canceler. I think it's still like, it's an in-between card for me.
See, like, I won Birdcage, and like, man, I'm like, I mean, you already know how I feel about Birdcage. I'm not a big Birdcage fan.
Yeah.
I think it's a card itself. I mean, it's cool, it's a prize card, but like, whenever I won it, I was like, this is cool, but like, I wish it was double draw.
Birdcage is a classic card. That's the thing.
It is
a like card. When Landfight first started, every deck had 4 Birdcages because it's just what you had to do to hold off your opponent. It is vintage Landfight at this point because Birdcage was just one of the original cards that just helped you get to where you needed to be. The game's a lot faster than when it first started.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember when I first pulled up, you know what I mean? Like, it was like you, Zach, Anne-Marie, and like I started getting into the mix. We did like a pod, which is like a format we're working out. We're trying to figure out how to do that. I think it's really fun. But I remember like I put aliens and like I started learning like, hey, Garza's not much per turn, and then I was just like from there. I feel like that was like the first milestone of like this game is fast and it can get faster.
No, and me and you definitely like bounce back and forth on card ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason we're doing the YouTube channel is so people that are getting into this can get ideas for certain decks or certain texts. Because if you've bought this stuff online and you're playing at home with your friends, and I don't know, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but not much. But it's just the fact of this game isn't worldwide yet, right? So you don't have a bunch of content creators, if I could talk.
Yeah.
If you don't have a bunch of content creators doing a bunch of videos on this, so it's harder to find information. And you can't it's hard to look up deck profiles and stuff like that. So we're doing this channel so you guys can kind of have an idea of what's going on in the game, and what's going on in the current meta for the game, and different ideas for your own decks.
Yeah, like imagine, you know, like me and Kyle talked this like a million times. Like we have our locals here.
Yeah.
Like there could be locals elsewhere. You know, little house tournaments and stuff of people playing this game and figuring out these intense, crazy metas on their own. Like there could be techs we don't even know about, but someone like a couple states over, you know what I mean?
Already broke.
Already broke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's I know there's some people in West Virginia and some people down in Georgia that play this as well. And everybody is just on a different level, and we all play it differently. Like, it's the same rules, but people have different ideas. Every mind has their own creation when it comes to this game. It's very unique to see. Speaking of unique, I seen Jasmine play the wall deck last night.
Yeah.
It was different, and I think it has a ton of potential.
So I had 2 outs for that, exactly 2. It was my large elf, which you told me to put in, which I liked, so I did that. And then it was TD.
Yeah.
And of course the Turtle Witness too, that didn't even matter. So it's something like, she's something like 5 walls, and then like, she's like, get past this. So like, In the future, if she plays that again, I'm gonna have to take into account how do I out this? Because like physically, I have no because I don't play Emerging Light, I don't play Revival. If that large jump's gone, she's gone, and it's the same deal with TD. If my TD gets boost canceled, Breeze gets boost canceled, Great Face gets boost canceled, I get stalled out. I mean, there's just no way.
I was honestly worried about it because like turn one though, or game one, turn one, I opened with total destruction.
Yeah.
Then game two, on my draw for turn, I threw total destruction. So it felt rather easy because of that.
Yeah.
But that's like a 149 chance or whatever that I'm gonna open total destruction or whatever.
No, it's definitely a card that's like it's a deck that's gonna need to be looked at, and like this is where like the side comes in. Like this is like the one time I'm like, all right, maybe Jadam might be a little better, because I will say the land that says like, hey, this card can't be destroyed by twice. It has to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You
have to attack it twice to destroy it.
That's nuts. Like that's so hard to get over. You know what I mean?
And it seems simple, but it's effective.
It is very effective.
And if they get the large out, that's even stronger. That's like she was talking about playing one of the. There's a large that's a 10 strength. Once if it's destroyed by battle, it's removed from the game, right?
Yeah.
But if you have to attack it twice, how are you going to beat over 2 10s? Unless you're playing. The only thing that can beat over 2 10s in a standardized deck would be like sorcery or aliens, maybe with command base. But you'd have to have 2 command base and a piled up graveyard or ruins.
Yeah,
it just feels hard.
Majestic, I feel like could also, and Werecat. I thought that'd be the only 4 decks I can think of personally that could even get close to the.
Well, and the Werecat couldn't, because if they're playing a 10, you have to you get to destroy the 10 by battle twice.
Well, I guess you're right.
So. I don't know. I think that's unique. I think that's different, and I'm excited to see it. I wish Mark would have played Mutant in the tournament. I think Mark is really good with Mutant, and he's just not playing it in the tournament. But he really wants Knights to work. So it's a testing. But the thing about the Mutant deck is like you could buy the planetary box and build that deck, and that's what Mark did.
I mean, so like we talked about like decks that like we want to work. I mean, it kind of sounds like me in the past where like I wanted Majestic to work. Like I wanted to play Majestic OTK with 4 Majestic Strength, 4 Fire Strength, 4 Majestic Unity back when that card was at 4.
Yeah.
And I think it was Jasmine and Mark. I think they both tried to make it work, and it was just like it was hard to find the footing. But like now I feel like with all the new cards out, I really want to give it another look, but the thing is, like, I need to get the wall. You know what I'm talking about? When it's summoned, you search for a Majestic.
Yeah, you get to add a medium Majestic.
Yeah, which is, like, pretty good. Pretty bonkers.
It is, and it's just a free search at that point. And I think it's a small, so, like, you're paying, like, a life to add a medium. So, I don't know. I think Majestic has a lot of potential. There's a lot of decks right now that have a lot of potential, and we're still, like, recent on the Tides of Havoc release, so with that master pack, it's slowly changing the game.
Yeah.
Kind of quick, but kind of slow. Like there's just at the beginning, there's a lot of people testing a lot of stuff. It slowed down a lot, but I feel there's different cards in it that people are slowly learning work. Ethereal Wings, the one that lets you attack directly.
That card hasn't been explored very much.
No, Mark plays it, and Jasmine played it with Coraline, but
yeah, Coraline.
I think that card's good. I think it has a lot of potential.
I think it's cool. I do think it's cool.
So how do you stop getting attacked directly by something that's crazy? Like if they build up with a bunch of team fight or something, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you really don't. Like, especially like, I don't know about like Maze Time, but I know like Coraline, like that was almost a one shot. Like, it's kind of like OG, like, well, not OG, but it's like command based aliens, like, where they can almost hit you for one shot.
See, that's the thing, is that hasn't even been tested in aliens with command based.
No, it has not.
But the moment aliens start running around, people start running Disruptor too.
Yeah.
The moment it happens.
Yeah.
Because you can't be alien without Disruptor.
Disruptor that's probably the reason why it'll be a long, long time before I come back to the deck. If I do come back to the deck, it'll probably be Alien Swarm. Like I'll probably just play like all the alien names, as many as I can, just run 2 team fight.
Yeah.
And my whole goal will be like, hey, I'm gonna storm the board, I'm gonna kill you, and if I can't, I'm gonna die trying.
See, that's fair. Aliens got potential. Everything has potential right now, and that's where I really enjoy this game right now. Something I want to talk about is like, okay, the next release is in November. It's the Speedster deck. I haven't announced all the cards in those yet. The Speedster deck is gonna be really fun. Originally, the Dinosaur deck was supposed to come before that, and this is my first time even announcing it on the channel about the Dinosaur deck. But there's a Dinosaur deck coming.
Yeah.
But it'll be after the Speedster deck. There was an issue with our company, but we are getting it squared away. So we'll have the Speedster deck in November and probably Dinosaurs following up December or January. So we're gonna have a few more deck releases before another main set comes out. So right now, what deck you're playing, there's no new support coming for any current deck at the moment. We're getting new archetypes into the game, and that's good. It gives us time to really figure out where we want to be, like as a player, where we want to be with our deck and what we can do to improve our current decks, and then test out all the new archetypes coming out. Because what we're trying to do with the game now is release new archetypes and decks, and then release support and like master packs / packs. That way you don't have to like buy a bunch of packs just to pull a whole deck. Kind of how it was with Werecats when they first came out, or Water when Coraline came out. There's a lot of things with the original packs where there was all new archetypes that you had to pull a bunch of stuff for just to build the archetype. Even zombies, right?
Yeah.
You had to open a bunch of future extinctions to get the zombie core.
Yeah.
And we're not doing it that way now. The cores are coming in a deck, right?
Yeah.
It's a pre-built deck, and then the new sets will beef up those decks.
Yeah.
So I think we're on a good path in the future, but right now, no product till November, and it's mid-September. So it's a matter of figuring out the meta now. What do you think are the top decks right now?
So after the tournament, after the tournaments, I was kind of like, all right, these are the decks that are here. I feel like my changes don't change from 2 weeks ago too much. Like, I still think Mutant Control's up there. I still think Zombies is up there. I still think Sorcery.
You did think Zombies was up there 2 weeks ago.
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was. I still think it's a good, but I still think Sorcery is the best deck.
Yeah, I haven't played against a Sorcery deck with my Zombie deck yet.
Sorcery I feel like has all the answers for you. Like, Zorion add Continuous Wave, or like Zorion reveal whatever. Saren shuffle 2 back, draw 2. Zyla as a card herself is bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like they just have so much going for them. And like, Zombies is really strong, but no large can beat Zorion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Zorion is the card.
Yes. So I think Elves are up there right now too. I think
Really?
the Killer Elf's just really good. I think it kind of got outpaced by Zombies last night, but there was definitely like game 1 was super close, and then game 2 you just got outpaced. But I feel like it's just like neck and neck there, right?
I disagree. I really did. I think when I played Elves last night, I noticed a power difference between strength. And usually I'm the type of guy that will say, well, don't care about strength, because usually you can take care of that problem before you enter the battle phase.
Yeah.
Now, with Elves, it's like the only exception I've ever had to this rule, because their strength really is small. Like, they're 2s. And there's not a lot of creatures that are not bigger than 2. Like, even Sable Siren can wreck an entire elf board just because she's a 3.
Yeah.
That was something big I noticed. And that was the idea of playing like Willow, was because like, if I put up 2 Willows, all your mediums become either 0 or 1. And then you're going to have to crash into my Willow.
See, when I tested out Elves before, I did 4 life strengths. I know that's not your plan, but
It's not.
if it protects your bodies.
But like, why do that when instead I can play Cell Demise and something like Diviner, where both those cards still keep me alive, if not better? Because I'm not trying to kill you. You're going to be spending life yourself, is my thought process. It's like, you're going to be spending life yourself for your cards and your resources, especially in your zombie deck.
Yeah.
Your deck's kind of costly. You have to summon mediums constantly.
Yeah.
And you're never going to tribute a zombie for a Lord of Blood. because you always have 2 engrave.
Right.
So the thought process is like, this is what needs to happen for my deck to do what it needs to do. And it still can. I'm not saying elves are bad. I'd definitely say elves are like still top 5. I just put it at number 5 because like.
Okay, if elves are number 5, where are zombies at?
Probably 3rd.
3rd? I think sorcery's at 1 still?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what fits 2 and 4?
I would probably say knights are at 4, and I would pretty bold to say this, but any werecat variant at 2, like zombie werecat, stall werecat. Oh, I didn't even think about mutant control. Maybe.
I think mutant control is better than knights. I think mutant control's at 4. I think knights are out in my list. I think knights are at like 6 or 7.
Nah, because they can just they're the modern aliens. They can abuse team fight like no one's business.
Yeah.
Like they do what Darzo used to do, except they can't search a removal card, unlike Darzo. I would say, actually, I will change it. I did forget about Meat Control. I would say Meat Control is the second best deck in the game.
So you would put werecats at 6 or something below knights?
No, I'd probably put Knights at 6, and I'd put Werecat in the spot. So, like, all right, lay it out.
So wait, all right, so lay it out.
Okay, let me lay it out. First, sorcery. Second, mutant control. Third, zombies. Fourth, what did I say? I need like a list. But you get what I'm trying to say. So, like, no.
So 4th elves or 5th elves?
5th elves.
So.
And then 4th would probably be
zombie. Or you
no,
said
I
zombie.
said zombie. Zombie's 3rd.
This is gonna be a struggle. All right. Number 1, sorcery.
Yes.
Number 2,
mutant control.
Okay. Number 3, zombie.
Yes. Number 4, werecat variant.
Werecat.
Then 5th, I'd put
elves.
And then 6th would be knights. There we go. That's my list. Remember that.
I kind of agree with that. I think zombies better than mutant control. I think zombies number 2 for me. Where mutants number 3.
I think
it goes sorcerer, then zombie, then mutant control, then I think I don't know. I feel like werecat might be number 4, might be number 5 with elves. It's a toss up, honestly. And I think by time we do another tournament, right? I think we might even put walls up there depending on what the build is, because if we see walls go crazy,
I am curious to see what walls do.
Wall stall.
I am curious
because
what that is.
That was thrown together as just a random fun deck, right?
Yeah.
But now they're building it as something that's more like strategic, and I think that could hurt because even though Jasmine struggled with her games, right? She definitely had a basis for what the deck can do, and I think where she didn't get to test it before the tournament, there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential there, and we'll see it. But right now, I think my list is, like I said, like sorceries, then zombies, then mutant control. I'm gonna say elf, and then werecat. Yeah, I'm gonna put elf at 4. Killer elf hurts really bad.
It's so hard to set up though. Takes beyond turn 4 to set up.
Yeah, but if you stall it out, play your birdcage promo. Stall it out.
No, I refuse. I first off, I won't play a one of card in existence. And 2, I will not play birdcage because there is a better version.
Why don't you play nuclear landmine in your deck? That card goes crazy.
It does go crazy, and I think it's a great card. I do not want to. I don't think it. I think Cell Demise does its job better.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's cool to stop the summon, but if he does get past the summon, all right, cool. Now my elves are dead. Unlike Cell Demise, we're like, hey, now you just flat out can't hit it.
Well, here's my thing with nuclear landmine, right? Oh, you summon an elf, it dies. It don't matter. It don't hurt you to have it in your ruins.
That's true.
Right.
It kind of does though.
Does it though? Because
Yeah.
then, all right, you summon your small elf. Your opponent summons their large. All right, say they both die.
Okay.
Who benefits? You.
It is me, but you're also putting all that on luck instead of Guaranteed. I don't like luck cards. I've never liked luck cards.
I guess you just ain't lucky then.
I'm not a lucky guy. But that's why people like Mark, when they play Mutant Control and they play the 4 nuclear landmines, you have the probability of your monster getting destroyed is like
way increased.
Yeah.
Because it's multiple.
Instead of just having the 1 out and being like, hey, this is like my stall card. They don't care.
Speaking of techs and stuff with the deck, I've seen some people playing life-saving discount. The land that's like everything costs 1 less for you to summon. What's your opinion on that?
I don't know why. I don't know why they're playing that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't either. I don't know. I think the idea is cute.
Yeah.
And like it makes sense for knights because like other guys are smalls. But like, okay, cool. You saved 4 life. Wouldn't you much rather have a land that does something? Like even like draw land, I think would be better.
Yeah.
Well, and like all kudos to them. Like I mean, if they want to do that, they're allowed to do that.
I just feel like, I mean, the 1 life here, there, this, and there is not it.
Like it could come up in like the long game. Like if we're really grinding it out, that life does matter. But at the same time, it comes back like when I play a land, and I've said this in a previous episode, I'm sure. When I play a land, I want my land to matter.
Yeah.
I want it to do something, and I want it to affect the game state.
Throughout the game.
That does not affect the game state.
Yeah, it doesn't affect it throughout the game. And it doesn't really benefit you. I mean, yeah, the only time I feel it helps is at the end of the game when you only have a couple life left. But, I mean, at that point, you're toast anyway.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, if you're relying on your land,
you might as well play one. You might as well just play 1 equalizer, right?
Yeah,
in a different land if you want something to build your life up.
That's exactly it.
But I've seen it with the Earth Knights, right? The Corn Knights, Earth Knights. Instead of the original Dark Knights, the new mix with the Corn, they're all Earth, right? Why don't you play the land that you could destroy an Earth card to draw 2?
Yeah.
That card's crazy in that deck. Because you could summon all them small Corn guys, right? You can summon all 4 in 1 turn, easy. Okay? Pop 1, draw 2.
It's like a less good version of Waterfall.
Yeah, or like the one that's just like +1 for all your Earth creatures. And it goes the same, like, honestly, the one that gives you a +1 for all your creatures is better for any type, archetype, right? Or like any dark, light, fire, water, majestic. That +1, I think, is still better than the -1 cost. Yeah. Yeah, that's my opinion on that. I don't know. It's a cool card, and it's a pretty art, and it's neat, but it just ain't there for me.
Okay. You want to have a debate?
Yeah, I'm a master at debating.
Okay. So, we had a ruling question yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, he already knows. Alright, so we had a ruling question yesterday about creature cancel. Creature cancel states you can negate a creature's ability for the rest of this turn.
Yeah.
Can you activate a creature from the graveyard and then creature cancel it?
No.
Why?
Because that wasn't the card's original intended purposes, and that's why we updated it on our website.
So
it was worded improperly.
So you say you're gonna make an errata for it?
Yeah, and the errata is posted on the official website.
Is it gonna be a targeting effect, or is it gonna be?
No, it says the new errata. I'll actually pull it up.
Yeah.
So I can read it out loud.
Sure.
My keys were really loud there. My bad.
When you're editing this and the audio is bad, this is gonna be one.
There's no editing.
This is raw.
This is raw.
No script, no prep. We sit down, we talk about Landfight.
So the new official text is negate the ability of one creature on the field until the end of the turn. Other copies of that creature are not negated by this card's ability this turn.
It's kind of a paragraph.
Yeah, we have to have a paragraph because
Why do we have to have a paragraph?
because people are in my ears, right? It's like a little bird. It's like a parrot, right? Just. I don't understand no card. I don't understand cards. That's a parrot.
Well, yeah,
I don't understand cards. And the intended purposes of creature cancel is to negate a creature ability on the field, but I had to upgrade it. So every new printing of creature cancel ever is going to just have a paragraph now.
That's okay. That's how it should be.
No. I don't want it. I don't like paragraphs because I want it to be simple text, all right? A lot of card games, you have to pull out a magnifying glass to read what the heck the text says. And I don't want it to be like that for Landfight. But Yes, that's the say so. That's the errata. That's the official. It's just one creature ability on it. Yeah. So you summon Xylia, I creature cancel. No more Xylia.
Okay.
Love Xylia though.
I do love Xylia. She is
Good
very
old
good.
1 for 1 for us, right? So
Do you like the new map better or the old map?
I don't know.
I think you kind of missed out on putting the logo on the new map. Like you could have like took out like this kind of square border, and you could have just put like.
Yeah. I know. I feel like the logo's there. I kind of like the old map better, but I think it's just because it was like my first with all the characters from the game.
I feel like the new one was like a revamped look at the game.
Yeah, this is this is modern. This feels like more classic.
Vintage.
Because everything in this is rather old, like all the cards. The newest cards in it was Stella and Eternal Witness, which came out in the Eternal Warfare Master Pack, and we've had multiple releases since then. This new one actually does have some old touches with Killer Elf, and then Killer Elf came out in Future Extinction with like Lord of Blood and Bosslet. Coraline came out in Majestic Comeback. Then you have all the other new stuff. Eternal Witness is still there. Eternal Witness is still big. I didn't run Eternal Witness in the tournament though.
I played. I actually took my number down to 3. I feel like we talked about Eternal Witness a million times. Of like, how many should we play? Because like, if you think about it, like on paper, the card isn't always for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it has so much utility. It has so much, but like in play, it doesn't come up. Like the hand rip wasn't very good because like everyone was just drawing.
Oh, you hurt me with the hand rip on it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, because you hand for hand me. I had 4, and then you hand ripped me, and I lost 2. I got my butt whooped when you did that.
yeah, but now you go pay 2 life, summon Aurora, draw 2, discard a zombie, Lord of Blood, bring 2 back. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's good when you hand rip them completely, but like with how many cards it can kind of bring you back. Like I feel like this card game has a lot of comeback mechanics.
And I love that about this game, though.
I do
You
too.
never feel like even when you feel like you're gonna lose, you don't feel like you're gonna lose. Now, I will tell you one thing I really like about Eternal Witness is it's one of those cards that if someone says they're not playing it, you're like, I could understand that. And if they are playing it, you're like, I could understand that.
Yeah, it's very like the ratio has never been like determined. Like I remember when like let's say like easy draw, double draw, and like draw fate, they're all at 4. Everyone was like, oh, you're not playing 4, that's weird. But now it's like with Eternal Witness, that's like the only card everyone's always like, oh, you play 2? Okay, that makes sense. Oh, you play 3? That makes sense.
It works. It works with every ratio, I feel like.
Yeah.
You can even throw it in there as a 1 of it, and like it doesn't.
It comes up. I mean, yeah.
It's just like
It's an eye for eye, it's a draw 2, it's a discard 2. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many ways you can use that. And
I seen Mark bringing back Eye for an Eye last night. I don't know. Eye for Eye is alright, but like
I mean,
it's alright.
It's alright. Eternal Witness does the same thing, but
Eye for Eye is another card that I feel like doesn't really like is alright for elves.
I considered it.
Because
I did consider
your
it.
opponent plays your large, you get your free elf.
Well, see, like my thing is like why would I do that when I can just play Eternal Witness? Which I had to pay
I
5
get
life,
it, bro.
but like I have other options I can do. And plus, I finally pops a monster. I could pop a continuous with Eternal Witness.
That's crazy too. But I would play one game, right, where I played small ones, boost canceled, right? Small ones, boost canceled. I still got a third small ones. It's good. But if you would have had Eye for Eye on top of that, it would be done for like.
I think I am seriously considering for next tournament. I really want to look into Majestic more. I think with the new wall and the new medium that lets you gain like 15 life, which I don't think that's why it's good, but I think that's a cool perk of it.
Yeah.
I think if I did play that card, I played it too.
It could be solid.
I think was it Scorcher? Is the medium?
I think it's
Vulcan.
Yeah, Vulcan.
Vulcan's nuts. I like Vulcan a lot. The cards are like they're there. We just have to like do it.
Yeah.
You know.
And I agree. There's a lot of good stuff with it.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna have to wrap this up.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else?
No. I think we got a lot of our chest.
All right.
But
Cool.
yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully everything goes swimmingly.
Yeah.
Tournament report and all that.
Yeah. Well, we won't have a tournament this coming week, but we'll get some ideas and we'll get in here chatting about something.
That's what he thinks.
That's what.
House tournament, dude.
House tournament. All right. Well, thanks for watching, y'all.
See you guys. House tournaments for life.